All right, all
All right,
good.
you're with us. Nice. Amazing. Amazing. Welcome, Sonali. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Awesome. This is great. Thanks for having us here today. We're really excited about this.
It's my absolute pleasure. May I just ask, where are you right now? There's a bit of a background sound to you.
Oh, okay. Here, let's see if I can fix that. Let me
Kind
know.
of like you're driving or something.
Is it better?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a lot better.
Better?
Awesome.
Okay, great. Awesome. Yeah, so
Perfect. Perfect. So just before we begin, can you just tell me, just so I'm sure, how do I properly pronounce your name?
yeah, no problem. It's a unique one. So yeah, my name is Sonali, and I work as like head of communications for DefiYield.
Awesome. Great to have you with us.
Yeah,
Cool. I think
awesome.
we can kind of slowly get into it. Can you just tell me, so where are you based right now? Because I think it's quite a time difference between the two of us.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so I'm actually based in Vancouver, BC, Canada. So yeah, I'm like one of
Very nice.
DefiYield's Canadian team members. I don't we have like I don't think we have many team members from Canada. We have a couple, I think, developers that are also part of the team that are from Canada. That's really cool.
So you guys are spread out. You're not just in Canada.
Yeah, no, we're super spread out. So a lot of our team is like our whole team is remote. And so we have team members like in like the US, in Europe, London, Dubai. Yeah, pretty much all over. It's a big team.
Okay, awesome. Cool. So basically, the purpose of these Twitter Spaces, we call it Project Spotlight. It's to give a bit of a stage to projects building on Cardano. Us being a Cardano-based DEX. But today it's a bit different because DeFi Yield is, unlike our previous guests, a multi-chain or cross-chain platform. So if you could maybe just give us a bit of a brief intro into what DeFi Yield is, what you do, and just tell us a bit more about the team and how it all started. How it all started.
Sure. Yeah, awesome. No problem. So yeah, so essentially DeFi yield, just to kind of, I guess, maybe simplify it or break it down first, and then I'll get into the story. Is so DeFi yield is a uh, it's a cross-chain multi-asset dashboard. So it's essentially a place where where people can come and they can track all of their a lot of their DeFi assets. So across various chains. And like right now, we're currently integrated with 24 different blockchains, and six of them are non-EVM, which is that's why we're really excited about working with Cardano. Yeah, and so it's been great. So people can users can track their pools, their staking, their farms, tokens, swaps, and various things, and even NFTs as well. So that's really exciting. And because I think so, one of the I would say where DeFi Yield came from in terms of like its origin, like DeFi Yield was actually started in the summer of 2020 by our founders, and so one of the reasons yeah, I would say DeFi Yield was initially was inspired by was because I would say like back in the day when the whole DeFi space was initially emerging, our founders were very active in the space, and they noticed that there were a lot of very interesting DeFi and sort of yield farming opportunities that were out there, but they noticed it was very challenging to find to have one place where they could like find a lot of these opportunities. They often would hear it from a friend or they have to like really search for it. So it took quite a bit of work. And so they just felt like it'd be great to have one place where people could go, where users could turn to, and be able to just like see a lot of the different DeFi and like yield farming opportunities, that were just out there and available, and just with incredible projects, that have been emerging through this time. So that's,
So sorry to interrupt. So
yep.
it's not just keeping track of everywhere that you're specifically involved, but also to see opportunities where you're not necessarily involved. So it's like you get both, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, exactly. So it's definitely both because it's like, okay, it's one, it's absolutely awesome to have a place where you can see all the different like opportunities that you might not have even known existed or heard about. And you're like, okay, it's like you can see a whole menu of yield farming opportunities, I guess you could say, and protocols. But then it's like you can track them, you can track all your assets because one of the also challenges is that, for a lot of users, it's often very challenging for them to find a platform, you know, where they can track both EVM and non-EVM, assets. Like it's very common to find like I'd say a couple platforms that will track EVM, but it's very challenging to find a platform that will track both across the non-EVM landscape. And so it's yeah, our founders really wanted to be able to, I would say, create a platform where we could consolidate a lot of the best tools and features that users really want to see, just to kind of make life easier in the DeFi space and more exciting.
Gotcha. So just because you brought it up, I kind of have to ask because you brought up the EVMs. I kind of planned on asking this a bit later, but you brought it up now. So as you know, so we have Milkomeda as an EVM between Cardano and Ethereum. And I'm just wondering because, of course, for us, it's also interesting being the only DEX that is on the Cardano mainnet and on Milkomeda. I'm just curious, what is your plan for Milkomeda and the DefiYield integration? So I saw you guys launched, I think yesterday, maybe the day before,
Yeah,
an integration. Is
yeah,
that correct?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we actually just recently integrated Mil Komeda, and um, we're going to be integrating MuesliSwap on Mil Komeda in about 2 weeks. So
Amazing.
yeah, so we have another announcement about that
Can't wait.
coming out really soon.
Middle of July is gonna be good.
Uh,
Middle of July is gonna be good. Uh,
it's so exciting. I feel like there's so many like just juicy announcements that are like just like marinating, just marinating to come out.
it's the bear market. It's the bear market. It's when the good projects push through. That's the ones that have all the credibility, and that's the ones that will survive. And those are the ones that are building right now. And you really see it in which projects are pumping out stuff right now because they have the peace, they have the the calmness to do it right now because there's no particular drama, and that's it, honestly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no,
awesome.
absolutely. No, I honestly, what? I think you just hit like the nail on the head. It's very true. And we're noticing a lot of the same thing. It's like here we are, we're in this bear market, and there's been projects that have unfortunately been hit really hard, and then you have like the other side of the table, right? And then you have the projects that are like fortunately able to like utilize this time and their resources to like really just focus on building, like building their products, building their team, utility, and that's I feel very it's feel really fortunate with the DefiYield team is that that's what DefiYield is on that side of the table. It's like they're on that side. So we're so focused on building and developing right now. It's really incredible. I mean, like, we're in a DeFi,
So
sorry, we're in a bear market here. We have 22 new yield farming protocols that we're going to be
wow.
announcing over the next 3 weeks. And yeah, and we're like very like uh, I would say very headstrong now about really building with Cardano, and so that we have like a whole series of like I would say campaigns that we're going to be like putting out right now. So yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. And I love that you involve us in that. I can't wait for all of those juicy things coming up. It's gonna be really, really good. But just because you brought up and 22, that's absolutely insane. So what are some of the big stuff that happened recently on DeFi Yield? So what are some major like milestones and achievements that you guys recently reached, other than integrating MuesliSwap? That's obviously the biggest.
Of
Um,
course, obviously.
yeah. No, but
Um,
like give me something that happened recently with you
oh
guys that
yeah.
might be really interesting for our Cardano community, but also beyond.
No, absolutely. I would say like we have, in terms of like, major achievements and, things that we've been working on. We have a lot of like new products, and features, that are coming out. I'm just gonna kind of like go over some of the products that are very like just DeFi like focus, and then kind of go into the Cardano relation. So, I would say like, so one of the products we're really excited that's coming out is it's a feature called the Shield. And, it's oriented at the moment for EVM uh, uh, wallets, sorry, and projects. But what it essentially does, and we're going to be moving that eventually and evolving that to non-EVM projects as well. So like the core I would say essence of it is very exciting in terms of what we're going to be what we're building out right now. So what the shield is, it's essentially like a firewall for the first firewall, like I guess antivirus, and for the DeFi space. And version one is currently already live in our on our dashboard. Version two is going to be coming out, I would say, very soon. And essentially, how it works is when somebody connects their wallet to the DefiYield dashboard, and you say you go into the Shield, users are now going to be able to have a tool that does a lot of like, say, the auditing, and risk detection for them. So it'll essentially scan through the smart contracts of all of the protocols that they are connected to in their wallet, that we have integrated, of course. And it will scan and it will detect whether or not there is like a particular like threat or risk. Maybe there's a proxy contract issue. Maybe there is like unlimited minting. Maybe there's some vulnerabilities that are very distinct for a potential like honeypot, like sort of situation. So, it will inform users like immediately and of what those issues are, and then users will have the opportunity to decide, what they'd like to do. They can either say maybe it's not necessarily above their risk appetite, but if something's getting flagged as a particular high risk, they're going to have the opportunity to revoke that contract, and then pull those tokens. Yeah, basically it's in their wallet. Disconnect that contract so that protocol no longer has access to their tokens, and they can do the same thing. Sorry, with that contract, and they can do the same thing with tokens as well. Some tokens have more risk, high risk than others. Um, we also have a feature called.
So, sorry, can I just for a moment?
Yep,
I just want to stay on this topic because
sure.
it's very, very interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know many similar ones, so that's really interesting. But what I'm curious about is what kind of parameters are you going to be putting in place to decide what is more risky and what is less risky, and also will
Yep.
that be kind of public? Because otherwise, um, you guys saying that a project is risky can impact a lot of people. That could give you guys a lot of power, and a lot of credibility could be taken away from a project, but they might simply not fall within certain parameters that you guys put into place to say that a certain project is more or less risky.
Yep.
So basically, my question is, will you guys be making it very clear and transparent what, according to you, makes a project more or less risky?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything is transparent and all information is public. And so there's going to be parameters for high, medium, and low risk. So sometimes there might be like something that's a little bit risky, but it's not an issue, right? And that will be very clear. So that will be like shown as a low risk. But like a high risk would, an example of that could be like unlimited minting, right? Or if there is an external wallet account, right? That is embedded in the code where funds can go to that, and and then so the information will be there of what that particular uh, risk or potential risk or threat is, and but but the decision's always up to the user, right? So we don't tell people what to do, but we just provide the information, and then the users can decide for themselves what course of action they'd like to take, you know. So, but yeah, that's pretty much how it works.
Yeah.
It's all going to be public. Everything's transparent. It'll detect like over a 400 different threats, that 400 different like known threats. And if there's a new threat and they notice it, then they basically embed that into the system so that it's remembered in the system when it comes up again or if it's detected again.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, so my point of view when it comes to these things, I am in the MuesliSwap team. I am the simple one. You know, those guys are absolutely brilliant. They're all devs. They're IT through and through. I am an average Joe in that respect. So when it comes to these things, my concern is always how this might impact a regularly standard user. So not a dev that understands everything in full detail. And let's say hypothetically, I start farming for a certain token on a certain DEX, and then I check out my DefiYield dashboard and I get a big blaring red sign, high risk protocol, recommended to stay away, or okay, maybe you guys won't insinuate what a user should do. This is where my concern comes, that sometimes these things could be written in a rather technical manner that a certain user won't fully understand. I
Yeah.
had a really nice chat with Sean from Jero, whose main focus, well, obviously the wallet development is his main focus, but his secondary focus is keeping it simple
Mm-hmm.
for regular users that won't fully comprehend everything.
Totally.
I am an eternal wallet user, and sometimes I'm just scared to click something because I don't fully understand. So yeah, that's where my question is coming from. I just hope that these kind of things are kept on an understandable level for people that aren't necessarily
T-
fully tech savvy. So
yeah,
of course,
totally.
from a certain point, you shouldn't get involved in things that you don't understand. But you know, if there's a big blaring red sign and there's an explanation that something is high risk here and I don't get it, that's also for me a bit. I wouldn't know what to do. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
totally. I
but
think and most of it is really going to be focused on like very specific smart contracts, so not necessarily always the protocol itself. So if there's like a particular smart contract, because there's a lot of contracts that sometimes like have just vulnerability issues, like code issues. Um, but you're right. I think like the way uh, I some of these threats are described, I think it's correct. Like I think it's important to describe them and simplify them in a way that you know, are just easier for the user to understand. Some of these things are just like can be very technical, unfortunately. And so it's just like, but our team is like, we actually have a really good team, and they're working on like simplifying, in terms of like the descriptions of some of these things, because you're right, the average user won't always understand some of these technical terms, and what the heck is a proxy, hardware issue or that sort of thing.
okay. Yeah, cool. Sounds like you guys are considering it. I have to fight for the regular people because I'm one of them, so
Oh, I'm in the same
I have to
boat.
do that.
I'm in there too. Yeah, all good.
Okay. So cool. Any other recent major
Oh
milestones,
yeah.
or should we carry on?
Yeah, no,
Yep. All
absolutely.
right.
So, yeah, so a couple
By
other
all
things
means.
I want to share is that we have another feature called that's Explore Opportunities. It's like it's another feature that recently got launched. You know, users can go there and they can be able to view all the top like best field farming opportunities that are out there. It simply is like an APY aggregator, so it just pulls all the different opportunities into one place where you can just like view them and check them out, and just so you can kind of see what's out there, and then you can go, go on those platforms and explore those opportunities deeper. And yeah, and then I was gonna say like, and then with the Cardano like system. So yeah, we're really excited. Like we integrated Cardano, and right now we're really proud to like we're like I would have to say we're the probably the most unique dashboard to support Cardano. And I say unique because of all of these features, and all of these yeah, that we offer in terms of like, tracking your assets, being able to see a variety of like all the opportunities that are out there, like a full menu in a way. Um, and being able to access a lot of these, these top, like the top DeFi, protocols in the space, being able to access them right from the DefiYield dashboard. Um, and then we also have a place like we're currently building this out further, but users are going to be able to track all of their like Cardano NFTs in the NFT section. So if they have various different collections across different platforms, they'll be able to see their, of like a full variety of, collections across various different, Cardano NFT platforms, but in one place, right? So they can see like the value of it, the price, what's changing. They'll be able to track all of that. And
Interesting.
yeah,
And from where are you going to be pulling this data? From JPEG Store or somewhere else?
that part I'm not sure. So I'd have to check in with our tech team on that one.
Okay, easy, easy.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm very curious. So it was also very interesting for some of our users when we announced the integration. Quite a few of them they weren't aware of DefiYield, and it was such a nice surprise to get such a dashboard with such a nice overview. I do have to ask what made you guys decide to make this push in Cardano right now?
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, so if you could just elaborate a bit more, like
sure.
why now and why Cardano?
Well, Cardano is just it's such a big, beautiful ecosystem. It's really admiring to see like all the different protocols and dApps and DEXs that, are all like kind of built off of Cardano. And so, we want to, and there's such a great community that we also see that's being developed, in the Cardano space. We're currently working with a lot of people in the community right now in terms of like influencers and different protocols. So yeah, I know it's great. And then, so we want to make sure that like if when we see that there's a community, we want to make sure that like our job is to serve the DeFi space, and so there's a big DeFi space in Cardano, and so we want to make sure that we're doing our best to serve the Cardano like users in the Cardano space that are invested like in DeFi, in like various protocols. And so we want to make sure that we're also able to like, provide them with the tools and the opportunities that are, gonna not just make them succeed, but really also like learn and grow in the space. So yeah, we just I think it's like we see a really big opportunity there to be able to contribute to the Cardano ecosystem, support in ways, where we can also introduce users from like say other chains uh, to the Cardano system and to the Cardano chain, and introduce, new users to a lot of these, great protocols like MuesliSwap. And so that's why it's for us, it's really important for us to be able to work very closely, with protocols, like yourselves, um, and make sure that we're integrating. Like I know you guys have liquidity pools that are coming soon. So let us know as soon as that, is up and running. We're really looking forward to integrating that, into our dashboard. Um,
A few hours ago. A few hours ago came the first one.
oh, did it really? Ah,
Yep, yep. Just a couple
great.
hours. You can see some posts up here on the top. I just added them into the space. So if you just scroll a bit, yeah, a couple of hours ago we went live with our first pool.
That's
It's
amazing.
uh it's a pretty good day at MuesliSwap HQ. It's just the beginning, so we still need to add a bunch of more pools, and farming still needs to come. It's merely the first step, but it's still the first step.
Oh,
So we're almost
absolutely.
there.
Absolutely. No, that's exciting because we were actually our team was talking about that earlier today. Because we're tracking your staking right now, and we're integrating MuesliSwap into Milk Media in 2 weeks. So that's going to be live very soon. We're going to be making some major announcements for that, and then we're like, okay, we're looking forward. Our team was saying, yeah, Sonali, connect with them to find out when their liquidity pools come out because we want to make sure we get that integrated, as soon as possible, so users can tap
Yep,
into that.
milk is out. Milk is out.
That's
So
great.
we're going to be rolling on more and more the coming days, but today milk is out. It's connected to the order book, making it hybrid. So as of today, the first liquidity pool is live and working.
Awesome.
And,
Awesome. Very exciting.
if
Very
I may
exciting.
so just because I see a couple of people, there's going to be a Q&A at the very end. I see your requests. You're going to get a chance. Don't worry about it. But it's going to be at the very end. So just stay a bit patient and you will definitely get a chance to speak.
Yep.
Cool.
No problem.
Sonali, so tell us then, what does a Cardano user get on your dashboard? How does one connect? How does one keep track? What can one keep track? If you could just give us a couple of examples or just walk us um, through the dashboard, basically. For like, imagine a completely new user, a Cardano staker, a Cardano farmer using your dashboard the first time. What can one expect? So start from like the very top, like the connecting the wallet.
Yeah, absolutely. So Cardano users, I mean, like right now, um, can they can connect their wallet, so they connect their Nami wallet, Eternal, and we have like the three like top like major wallets right now. So we have Jiro wallet as well. And just like on the topic of wallets, I also just want to say, like, if there's like a particular wallet that users are really, keen on having there, like a Cardano wallet, if there's something that's sort of trending and we see a sort of demand for, we're more than happy to integrate that. So, we're very open to, putting in new wallets. Yeah. So I think as long as we just see there's a demand, we're happy to do that.
So what are the wallets you have now?
We have Nami, Eternal, and Jiro.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on Muesli we also have Flint and Typhoon.
Okay.
Typhoon,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
So maybe those could be the two that you look into. Flint also has an integration with Milkomeda. It's the only, as far as I know, it's the only wallet um, that integrates with the Cardano mainnet and Milkomeda. So that could also be interesting for you guys, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was actually talking to one of our dev teams today about Flint and Typhoon. So, but absolutely, we're super open to it. Like if we see there's like a demand from users, and they're or it's across various different protocols that we have integrated, more than happy to. So yeah, we're very very open to that. Um, yeah, so just moving on to like, what can Cardano users expect? So when users, come to DefiYield, so when you go to the DefiYield dashboard, just, hop on there, connect your wallet, and then once you're there, like users are going to be able to, be able to like view their balances across the Cardano, network, across various different protocols. They're going to be able to view like their balances, their pools, what they have in funds that they have in staking, farms, specific tokens, that they're invested in. And so they're going to be able to see that. across, various protocols. Now, the protocols that we have integrated right now, and we're going to be integrating more, we currently have SundaySwap integrated, MinSwap, Wing Riders. We have Cardano staking. We just recently integrated that one, actually. We're going to be announcing that soon. And we, of course, have, the very popular and top trending MuesliSwap, protocol. And so we're really excited about. So and yeah, and so users. So when you click, you can see them all, but you can also click on that specific protocol and then see a detailed view of the holdings that you have in that particular protocol. But you can also see a full view of, the total deposits that you have across everything. So we have like this, because of the historical data that we have integrated into our system, we're able to show users a very, very in-depth view, like, analytical view of what they're holding across the board. So we're really like excited to be able to share that, with users. So because it's just there's you just get so much valuable information that often users want to know, but they can't really access that data across, on other dashboards, unfortunately. But yeah, so now users can be able to view that, track that, and then if they're, say, maybe a user is invested in MinSwap, or only in Wing Riders, but haven't tried some of the other protocols, then by being on our dashboard, they're going to have an opportunity to see, other Cardano yield farming opportunities that are on there. And so, we want to be able to, provide an opportunity where we can, invite more users to see MuesliSwap and to see, these other incredible, yield farming protocols that are available. And, it's just putting it in front of users and putting it in front of their eyes. Yeah, so this is like, we just invite users because it's a great platform that consolidates, all of the best opportunities in one place so you can see them. You have a full menu and then also the best tools to track your assets.
Very cool. Yeah, I've actually been using it before the MuesliSwap integration. So I actually knew you guys before we came into contact, which was really, really nice to have a nice overview. Back then, not everything was integrated, so I could definitely see some discrepancies between my wallet and your dashboard, but now it's pretty much in sync. I do have to ask, so from a personal example,
Yeah.
and most definitely not financial advice, I am staking my milk for Husky. I repeat, not financial advice. Um, there's a very clear difference between what I see on the MuesliSwap staking dashboard and what I see on your dashboard. So obviously it's higher on the MuesliSwap one. So I'm just wondering, like, how often does the data update? Like, because it's not really, I can see that it's not necessarily real time. Is it like every couple of hours, once a day, or how does it work right now?
Well, it's designed to update instantly, but we currently have like icons and tokens that we're working in the back right now on updating. So if there is like a particular token that you have and you can see it there, but it's not properly updated, then that just means we're working on that in the back end. So, because sometimes there's for newer protocols, sometimes there can be like a few bugs that we have to work on. So yeah, we're currently working on that right now, and but a lot of that should be updated very shortly. We're happy to let you know once that's ready.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, very, very nice. So before we get into the financing side of things, I'm curious. So once the first time we spoke, you kind of referred to yourselves as like the Robin Hood of DeFi. Could you maybe elaborate a bit on that? What did you kind of mean with that?
So, you know, so often like DefiYield, like we often refer to ourselves as like the Robin Hood of DeFi. And what that means is that we're essentially like a full stack platform. And so and so full stack, where it's like we offer everything from like, a place where users can come, they can track all of their, a lot of their DeFi assets across 24 different chains at the moment. We have more chains getting integrated, and EVM, non-EVM have have state-of-the-art security tools that can assist especially non-technical users in a way where they can identify if there's a potential risk, with a smart contract, that they're connected to. Also, part of the full stack experience is outside from having a menu of yield farming opportunities that we connect people to, is we also are very big on education because we realize that the DeFi space is still new. It's still quite early, and there's still a lot of people that are trying to grasp what is DeFi and how do you get started. So for us, it's really really important to support the DeFi community by incorporating a lot of education pieces. So we have we put together everything from DeFi yield farming tutorials. So with a lot of the protocols that we have integrated in our platform, that we provide a menu for, it's really important for us to put together tutorial videos so that we can educate users on how do you connect your wallet, how do you get started, how do you do your first deposit, or get started in your first pool. So yeah, we do that for all the protocols that we have integrated with. And but not only that, we cater to both new users, seasoned ones, advanced users. We want to make sure that we're able to really connect with people across the board and not necessarily, make anyone feel isolated or not invited. So everyone's invited, and we want to be able to support users in various different levels. And so we also put together interviews where we interview the founders, and top thought leaders in the blockchain and DeFi space. So we've interviewed the founder of Harmony and Phantom and CoinGecko and ApeSwap, and it goes on across the board. So we want to make sure we're able to take users behind the scenes as well, behind a lot of these protocols and chains, and share what inspired a lot of these chains and protocols to lead the vision, and in create the infrastructure that they're currently developing right now. And so I think it's very important for users to be able to see that and hear about that firsthand so that they can learn not only about opportunities that are coming up, but how a lot of these projects are also put together, and what's been the inspiration behind it, and and where are we going from here. So, but yeah, we do that, and we also put together, I would say, a lot of articles. We cover various different Rect events because one of our top feature arms is security. We have something called a Rect and audit database. I'm not sure if I mentioned this before actually, but yeah, we actually have the world's largest Rect and audit database, in the world. So so Yahoo, and there's media publications like TechCrunch that often will refer to the DefiYield Rect audit database as a resource when they're researching events on maybe the wormhole or Ronin, as an example. So that comes up very often. So that's also a tool that's completely free. Anyone can use it. Anyone can go on our dashboard and go check out the Rect database if they want to, say, pull up an audit on a particular protocol, or platform. They'll be able to do that there. Also, if there is a project that they'd like to see an audit on, or get that information on, we also take requests as well. And we also work with projects as well. Sometimes there's a lot of projects that often will come to us and turn to us that would like to get an audit done. And so we work with a lot of our partners and projects to offer them that service, so that they can provide that to the users on a more transparent space, and and users can be rest assured that everything is very secure, and safe and good to go. Um, and what else? Yeah, no, we also put a lot of attention, and we like to give a lot of showcase highlight on a lot of the chains, blockchain partners that we work with. So we put together something called the Ultimate Guide, and you can actually find that on blog.DefiYield. You can just type that into Google. And so essentially what that is we put together an ultimate guide on a lot of the chains. So we have one on Cardano, and it's where we take people through like a very in-depth review of like the Cardano ecosystem. We talk about the various different wallets that users can use and connect to take advantage of a lot of the opportunities that are in the Cardano ecosystem. We talk about various different yield farming protocols just to give users an example of where they can get started. Bridges, how to bridge, from Milkamita to another chain, or from across different chains. And yeah, so that's very important. It's like an ebook, to be honest, because it goes quite in depth, and we do this completely for free. This is purely just so that we can offer this sort of like valuable content and education to our users, and to be able to support the ecosystems, of a lot of the protocols and partners that we're working with. So yeah, it's very important for us. So that's that.
Awesome.
So that's why we refer to ourselves as the Robin Hood of DeFi.
Cool
Um,
stuff.
Full stack.
Yeah, today, because obviously I try my best every time to do my due diligence before one of these spaces. I ended up in the absolute rabbit hole, which is DefiYield. I started with your Medium, then I ended up on your YouTube channel, and that YouTube channel just went on, and I'm like, how did I end up watching a Luna video on DefiYield? And I just like couldn't stop. I just continued watching and watching, and I continued completely watching things that had nothing to do with DefiYield. But yeah, that's the whole point, isn't it? The education of users, and so you put out everything out there, not just about yourselves, to educate the users that ultimately use your dashboard. That's very cool, and I can't wait for the content that you guys put out for us. That's going to be really, really nice. And one other thing I wanted to say, I know of a page on, well, at least I follow it on Twitter. It's called Smart Contract Audit Token. They do their best to review projects on Cardano. So that could perhaps be interesting for you guys to get in contact with, because they do their own audits. As far as I know, it's free. It's like their own time and effort. So maybe you can just have a look and see if there's anything there that's interesting for you guys, because they look into every single project on Cardano,
Nice.
including ourselves, including Cardax, including MuesliSwap, etc. And they go through the white paper. They really put in the grunt work that is for the majority of us too much to go through
Totally.
enormous white papers. So that could be interesting for you guys, because you can then partner with them and maybe use their reviews for the audits.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just a thought I had.
Yeah, we'd love to take a look at that. Love to take a look at that.
Awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, our focus is a lot of our focus goes on the protocols, that we're working with, and chains. So and honestly, we just feel that the more that we can support these ecosystems and also educate users about these opportunities, and how to get started, and understanding a little bit more of the ecosystems and infrastructure. It's like this is how we also just like help users to one, feel safer, more secure in terms of navigating the space. Um, but being able to provide, I would say, like a little something for everybody, I think is key. So that's why we also have like more technical, parameters and tools. But it's we realize it's so important to simplify everything as much as possible for everyone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. User interface, user experience, it's going to be so important in the future. There's so much technology coming out and we cannot keep up. Like it's becoming a bit too overwhelming and things just need to be simplified. You don't necessarily have to hide things, but you need to make it simpler, more understandable. Not everyone has such a high level of comprehension, especially crypto. Crypto is such a complex topic. So it's good that like there's multitude of projects on Cardano that are really taking this as a focus. So that's really, really good to hear.
Totally.
Good, Sonali. I think we're gonna have to go into the tougher questions right now.
Yep.
Ever since Flickto, it's a part of every single space.
Yeah.
Finances. How did DefiYield begin? How is DefiYield going? It's a bear market. Things are pretty hard for most projects. So if you could just give us a bit of transparency on the finances of DefiYield.
On finances. Yeah, I mean, so right now, DefiYield, we have over 500 investors. A lot of them we are also partners with. And, just to give you just, some transparency around, who that is. So, we are, some of our investors and partners are Shima Capital, Hoff Capital, DeFi Capital, Hobie Ventures. We also have Justin Lee from Coinbase, founder of Paraswap, Stephen C from Harmony, and I mean that's just to just share just a few that are our backers and people that are invested in DefiYield, and we raised $15 million. Oh, sorry, over 50 million. And
50 or 15?
15.
Okay. In any case, an enormous amount. All right. Congrats.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And yeah, I know it's been great. So DefiYield's been very, I would say, very strategic, also with that, because it's been very focused on investing a lot of that into its development, into its products, into its utility, and also like into everything that we're developing. And then, the rest of it is like we just focus on our relationships, right, with our partners and the people that we work with. So we're very focused on that. We're very glad and appreciative that a lot of our investors and our backers align with our values in terms of putting the community first. So that's really important to us. And in terms of where are we going? So like outside of the, which is also connected to the finances is, so I guess you could say like in terms of our roadmap, so we have a DefiYield app, that's mobile app that's coming out this year. We have it for Android and iOS. It's going to be, so you're going to be able to track your assets on your phone. You're going to be able to use the security tools. You're going to be able to check out the rec database. You're going to be able to, track all of your NFTs, everything in one place, a lot of it in one place, from your phone, which is going to be great. And we also have a cross-chain bridge and a cross-chain swap feature that's also coming out this year. It's going to be custom made, and custom built. So
can you elaborate more on that?
Sorry?
Can you elaborate a bit more on the cross-chain swap?
Yeah, so users are going to be able to swap tokens, so from one chain, to another. So say, for example, if you have USDC on Polygon and you want to swap that maybe, for DAI on Arbitrum, you can. You're going to be able to do that on DefiYield's dashboard. And then same thing for bridging. If you want to bridge a certain amount of funds from one blockchain to another, you're going to be able to do that. So this year we're coming out with version 1 of those two features, and then we're going to be advancing that into version 2 in the following year.
Okay. Okay, you got me very interested now. I kind of feel like you slid that in like such a small thing. Like
Sneaky.
it should be off like a footnote, but in reality, that's
It's a big,
rather big.
big, it's a game changer for sure. Because for to have like a dashboard that can do all of these things, often users go to dashboards and they have this but they don't have that, right? And so that's the biggest challenge, right? Is a lot what a lot of users face is being able to find one place that where they can access everything they could possibly need, right? To bridge tokens from um, uh, yeah, to bridge tokens from like one blockchain to another, to swap tokens, to uh, and then to be able to track everything, to be able to access other opportunities in one place that maybe you've never even heard of or knew about. Um, and yeah, it's just so. But yeah, that's coming out. So that's coming out this year. Um, yeah, yeah, and then version.
And so one thing I kind of missed in all of this, well, other than the cross-chain swapping, I haven't really heard a source of income for you guys. So sure, you got your backers, you got your investors, but like what does DeFi yield like, or at least will survive from? So I get, okay, maybe now with the cross-chain swaps, you will probably be earning from the fees. Um,
Oh yeah,
but yeah, so what is kind of your plan to like finance yourselves from a
yeah,
certain point on?
absolutely. Great question. So DefiYield, we're actually coming out with our own blockchain network as well. Testnet for that is coming out at the end of this year. And so we're also coming out with our own token and our own stablecoin as well. So it's going to be the DefiYield stablecoin. It's going to have a 1-to-1 peg ratio. And so the way that's going to work is so on our blockchain, or sorry on our network, um, when we will be able to, we'll be making like a portion, I guess you could say, of the transaction fee. I guess you could say it's like interaction, a portion of the interactions fees. And so yeah, so users are going to be able to use the DeFi token to stake that and earn rewards in more DeFi. Sorry, DeFi yield token rewards. They're also going to be able to stake that if they want to do like an audit, for like a particular project, and then we're going to have validators that will be able to validate that um, and approve those audits, and then they get rewarded in DeFi tokens.
Okay, yeah, that's a lot to unwrap from
Sorry.
stable coins to no, all good, all good.
It is
It's
it is
very
a lot.
interesting.
It is a lot. It's like we have a lot of like it's honestly incredible. Like sometimes I'm amazed by how many like what we're coming out with, and it's just like our team is incredible. They're working so hard in the background right now, our dev team, and like with our blockchain token, stablecoin, but in terms of like revenue yeah, model, yeah, a lot of it will come from the transaction fees, for when people are staking, um, and also the friction engagement on the blockchain.
Okay, yeah, it sounds really, 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 really good. Sometimes things like that sound too good. Could you then tell us a bit like what is realistic in the near future? Because that sounds like quite the roadmap that you guys have ahead of yourselves, and I applaud you. That's really tremendous what you guys are attempting. But let's take a step back for a moment and talk what is realistic in the coming months. So,
Sure.
what could what can a user expect from DefiYield like this year? And yeah, if you could just give us a bit of realistic timelines and transparency on that.
Sure. So I would say this year they'll see uh, very likely version 2 of the DefiYield Shield. Um, because we have version 1 out right now on the dashboard. And this year we currently have the um, uh, like yeah, the design and everything done for, or sorry, the design and kind of interface for the mobile app ready to go. And so I think, yeah, I mean, this year we do have, um, or sorry, the mobile app, sorry, that is aimed for next year. So, but we're going to have like the design and everything ready to go this year. And I would say towards the end of this year, we're aiming to have the cross-chain bridge in Swap version 1 integrated.
Okay, gotcha. And will you guys be putting together sort of a white paper or a detailed description of how the stablecoin will be set up? And if yes, when can we expect that? I'm quite curious.
Yeah, we currently have a white paper already available. It's available on our dashboard. And so, uh, yeah, users can print it. I'm happy to share it also with you or, with the community. Yeah, and so I got to check in with our team to see if there's anything there we need to update. We might need to update that further as we go, but we do have a white paper that goes into our vision and plans for the stablecoin section.
Okay, awesome. Sonali, that's pretty much everything I had. I appreciate you and the transparency you've given us. If it's fine with you, I would like to open up the floor for a bit of FAQ. A couple of people that sent requests in the meantime went offline, so there aren't too many. If that's fine with you.
Yeah, that's no problem.
All right, cool. Then I will give access to Trade Guru. Trade Guru, you should be with us. Yeah. Hey.
Can I speak?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. I really want to say that I'm wowed at everything I've heard. I am actually an early investor in DefiYield, and I've been following their project since, well, let's say since inception. And I really never knew that they were working really hard behind scenes. I really give it to them. So I listened to everything you
Thank
guys
you.
said, and like I'm dumbfounded. I just have one question. Okay, maybe two. The first one is I'll need a little elaboration on the Paris party that I saw on one of your tweets. Like, if you can elaborate, what's it about?
Sorry, can you say that again?
The
Which tweet?
Paris party. It was like an ETHCC Paris party, something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the Paris party. Yeah, so yeah, that's we're really excited actually about that. So our team is going to be attending the ECC Paris event, and so we're really excited about that. We're actually going to be hosting the ECC opening rooftop party. And so we're going to be hosting that in Paris. Yeah, I'm actually putting helping to sort of put that together right now. It's but it's great though. Yeah, and we're also going to be celebrating our second anniversary for DefiYield.
Wow.
So so we're really excited to be able to celebrate and like share that with the community and people there. We've invited a lot of our partners to come join us. Like what is it? Gnosis and ApeSwap and just a lot of our chain and protocol partners are, we're really excited to have them there. And yeah, so that's what's happening. It's gonna be in Paris. There's a lot of different other side events that are going to be taking place. We have a spreadsheet that we've also put together so that we can be able to share a lot of the side events with the community, so that people can sign up for them and at least be able to see what's all the exciting action that's. Yeah, exactly. You know, because there's so much. I'm taking a look at it, and there's new events coming up almost every day,
Okay.
just on the side events section. So, but yeah, but
My next question is, like following your project, I haven't really seen much about collaborations. So, like, do you guys have any plans to collab with other projects for DefiYield?
yeah, I mean, like, well, we actually collaborate with all of our partners, so like in terms of like we collaborate a lot, I would say, on marketing, like on the marketing side. But I would say collaborating in terms of like integrating maybe like wallets or other protocols, we're very open to that.
Oh yeah,
But I would
yeah,
say like,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Like we're super open to that, and I would say with like a lot of the projects, and I'll say like I'll use MuesliSwap as an example. Um, right now, because we're really wanting to go build a lot and integrate a lot when it comes to the Cardano uh, protocols and opportunities. So we're going to be attending Rare Bloom, in October. So if anybody here is going to be going there, we invite you to, come meet us and
Awesome.
yeah. So we'll see you there.
That's awesome.
MuesliSwap team. But yeah, no, we're really excited about that, and we have a couple of Twitter Spaces coming up soon. So I don't know if it's maybe I can mention that now, but yeah, we have a Twitter Space coming up. Oh my gosh, what's the date? I think it's the 13th, where we're going to have MuesliSwap and MinSwap as guests. So if you're interested in learning more, please join us there. But yeah, we're
The creme de la creme of the dexes
yeah,
on
exactly.
Cardano.
Pretty much. The creme de la creme.
All right, not to waste your time, my last question. Like the DeFi yield.app, like the link, can we, like connect the link to just any dApp? Because I know
So,
mine on
mhm.
Trust Wallet and I can use it on MetaMask. Like, can we use it on like Phantom Wallet? Can we use it
Oh
on?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So if you go to the dashboard, so if you go to the DefiYield dashboard, like right now, and you just go to like where it says Connect Wallet, it'll show you a list of all the wallets that you can connect to, and it'll give you a list based
Oh,
on like the different
wow.
chains. Yeah, so there's actually a really big list of wallets that we are integrated with and offer. Um, so I really encourage like everybody to go check it out. Go connect your wallet right now, or just click on it just to give it a view. And yeah, in terms of like what protocols you can connect to, well, we actually have over 150 yield farming protocols that we're currently are integrated with. So you can just once you connect your wallet, I would just scroll down to the bottom of the screen, and you're going to see something that says "Show More Protocols." And so when you click on that, it'll take you to the menu of like all the protocols that we have integrated and which chains you can access them on. So yeah, it's you can pick and choose, the ones you want to explore.
Wow. Thank you so much. I wish you guys the best.
Thank you for your question. Am I muted or not? I think I'm not. My phone is completely out of whack. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, all good. Cool. Thank you for your questions, Trade Guru. Nick is next up. All right, we have you with us. You're on mute.
Can you guys hear me? Is it my time to speak?
Yep.
Yeah,
We can hear you.
All right. Well,
welcome.
Thank you. I first want to say thank you for the space. This has been great. MuesliSwap, if you guys want to, anybody wants to retweet their tweet of this space, I think more people get in here. And DefiYield, I really like your site. I've been using it for a little while. And it's been a great utility for me to take a look at my whole portfolio, what's happening in different spots, and so it's been nice. So thank you for that.
Awesome.
And you're a great speaker too, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. But I do have a few questions. So I noticed that there is lending, but that's not implemented yet for the Cardano chain. Is that correct?
For the lending, I don't think so. Yeah, that's we'll be incorporating that pretty soon though.
Because I am doing some lending. I noticed it wasn't showing up too. So, and the NFTs aren't showing up for me either. So I'm thinking that those aren't integrated yet. Is that correct? So I'd imagine you'd be able to look at my wallet, find the NFTs, and display them there. But that's not happening at this time.
Yeah, the NFT section is still getting built out actually at the moment. So we're gonna do a big announcement once that is like fully ready to go. We're really excited about that. We have actually a lot that's currently being built out in the back end. So keep your eyes out.
Will you be defining the difference between the CNFT and NFTs? Is that going to be defined within your dashboard?
I'll have to take a look at that. I might have to come back to you on that. I know you're gonna be able to see your Cardano, like various collections, of your Cardano NFTs in there, for sure. And I believe we are gonna have a way where it's gonna be organized, where you're gonna see them across, like the different chains.
Well, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate your work, and this has been great. I'm done.
Thank you. Thanks for your question. Do we have any other questions? I think you're on mute. Okay, I think our host might be on mute. But yeah, if anybody has any other questions for our dashboard, you guys are welcome to ask. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I was frozen. Sorry, I have to.
Frozen in time.
Yeah, if anybody has, Oh, Jesus. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Oh, fantastic. My phone froze. I had a teeny tiny panic attack that everything is going to disappear, that the space won't save, that you guys don't hear me. Ooh, okay. I'm back. Okay, all is good. What did I miss? What did I miss?
I was like, no, we were just talking about like the NFTs and just our dashboard, different things that would be coming up soon. So yeah, no, we covered that, and yeah, let's see if there's any other questions from the audience.
There are more questions. I was completely gone for like a minute or so, but I'm back. Everything seems fine again. Good. Whew, that was a tiny heart attack right there that I had.
Welcome back.
Okay, I can't really pronounce Young Brisk. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this. But you're a speaker now. I'm so glad everything.
And I think you might.
No, it's this usual.
You might need to.
Yeah, it's the usual dance when you give someone right to speak. They disappear for a moment and they're mute for a moment. I'm sure it's gonna. Yeah, you're with us.
I think they're muted. Oh, there we go. Got it.
Kind of. And so,
And they're gone.
Okay. I think I'm on now.
yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah,
you're here.
you're with
Great.
us.
Okay, please. This question is for DefiYield. I have two questions. Actually, the first question is: is there any form of reward for the early users of uh, DefiYield? And secondly, what about the marketing? Like, what plans is on ground for marketing?
Was the question, what is our plan for marketing?
Yes, that's the second question.
Okay, sure. What's our plan for marketing? So I guess
You
this
wanna
question's for both
take
of
this, or
us.
should I?
Well, we can both take it. If you're welcome to go first if you like.
No, by all means, go ahead.
For marketing, we have, I mean, if focusing maybe on the Cardano side, like we have, you made our announcements for Milkomita just recently. I think that was yesterday. MuesliSwap also made an announcement. We're going to be doing Twitter Spaces, a lot of very Cardano themed Twitter Spaces coming up very soon. So definitely tune in with that. We're doing one with Big Pay next week on July 6th. MuesliSwap and MinSwap July 13th. And we also have one with Bullish, which is a Cardano influencer. And also a lot of the Cardano team. MuesliSwap's going to be there as well, joining as an awesome guest. And that's going to be July 15th, I believe. And but yeah, no, in terms of like, full stack marketing, we're a full stack, marketing engine. So we put out everything from like tutorials, yield farming tutorials, and we do this, I would say daily and weekly, in terms of the material and content that we put out. So we put daily and weekly content out, yeah, all the time. And what else? Yeah, I would definitely encourage you, check out our YouTube channel for DefiYield. Take a look a lot of the tutorials and interviews that we have. We have a lot of great content, very valuable for anybody, whichever level you are in the space. There's going to be something there for everybody. And then if you're a little bit more technical and really want to dive deep, then I encourage you to check out our DefiYield blog, which is where you can see more in-depth information in terms of understanding the ecosystems of a lot of the different chains that we have integrated. And we also do ultimate guides even on chains that we don't have integrated as well. So a lot of it, again, is very just focused on the education. We would just want to make sure people have the education that they need to get started and to be able to navigate the space in a way where they feel safer and more comfortable and understanding all the opportunities that are there. And also how to manage the risk, very important. So yeah, I would say that's a lot of the marketing that we have coming up, and just about with every chain and protocol that we're working with, we're going to be collaborating with on the marketing side.
And from our side, so specific to DefiYield collaboration, like Sonali mentioned, we're going to be doing a Twitter space with Big Pay and Bullish Dumpling all together, as well as MinSwap on one of them. And don't worry, it's not going to be me. It's going to be one of the devs. So you're going to be actually getting useful information from them. And something that I'm really looking forward to is this educational content that DefiYield puts out. They're going to be doing MuesliSwap specific content. That's something that I'm really looking forward to. Simply described, it's going to be rather on the how-to side, how to yield farm on MuesliSwap, how to yield farm on MuesliSwap Milkomita. That's more on the basic side, but they will also go more into depth, basically providing tutorials for new users that are not familiar with MuesliSwap. And that's something that I'm really looking forward to collaborating, creating specific DefiYield MuesliSwap content that when someone is using the DefiYield dashboard, stumbles upon Cardano and wants to learn more about farming and DEX opportunities on Cardano, they will see this amazing content that DefiYield will be putting out, basically how to earn from MuesliSwap. So from staking to farming, and that's something that is going to be coming out soon. Of course, our V2 needs to be live for this, but that's something that is definitely going to be coming up. That's in the short term. Our collaboration's planned. Sonali, correct me if I'm wrong. And the
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, everything
cool.
you said is correct.
Cool. Hope
Yeah.
that answers your question.
And we'll have to include your pools in the tutorial now that it's out.
Yes, the milk pool. The milk pool is live.
Yep. You got it.
Young M, you said you have 2 questions, right?
Yes, I have one more question already. One more. Okay, please. The second question, Defi, please, I want to ask, is there a form of incentive, like a reward, for those that have been using DefiYield? Because I heard it the other time saying there will be a token. And so, is there a reward for early users of DefiYield? Probably like airdrop. Just curious to know.
Is the question, is there a reward for, sorry, was the question, is there a reward for using the platform? Was that your question? Or
Early users, yes, those that use early users of DefiYield.
I would say there's a reward, like, so right now, there isn't, because DefiYield, for one, we don't hold any funds, on our dashboard. So we don't hold anything, because it's all just like, it's whatever you're holding in your own wallet through the various protocols that we have integrated. But I would say down the road, once we have our token, fully launched, and also with once our network's launched, users are going to have an opportunity to be a validator, and they'll be able to get rewards when they're, as a validator, because they'll be able to work their own nodes. And then also through staking, so like staking the DeFi token.
Okay.
Right. So,
Thank
but
you.
yeah, no problem.
Cool. Hope that answers all the questions. Okay, as of right now, there's no more. There were a couple of requests in between, but I don't see them anymore. So maybe we just give it a moment and see if anyone will send another request. But all I can say in the meantime, Sonali, thank you so much. You are a fantastic speaker, and you saved me a couple of times on this space by jumping in and saving the situation. So I thank you for that. I thank you for all the information that you shared today and the transparency. It's really fantastic. And if there's no more questions in the meantime, I leave the floor to you for any final words you might have.
Yeah, no, for sure. First of all, thank you so much to MuesliSwap. Thank you for hosting today's Twitter space. And thank you to, the community and, everyone that was able to join us today. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys were able to learn and understand more about, what DefiYield is and what we're offering. And I really invite everybody to check out the website today, check out the dashboard, connect your wallet, take a look at the various different wallets and opportunities that are available. Take a look at the menu of opportunities that you can access just through DefiYield. And if you guys want to, follow or get more information on DefiYield, you guys are welcome to join our Telegram. We have a DefiYield official community Telegram channel. Anyone's able to join us there. Follow us on Twitter, and I think that's about it. And we're really excited, and thank you to everybody.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Usually in these spaces, I have to say none of this today was in any shape or form financial advice. It was merely a stage for projects building on Cardano. In your case, I can actually just go ahead and say guys, go and check it out. It's such a cool dashboard. I've been using it since a couple of weeks. It really gives you such a good overview. And now with MuesliSwap bringing more and more AMM functionalities, you will really have such a good place to keep track of everything. So Sonali, thank you so much once more. And guys, everyone, I wish you a great day. Thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to us. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, see you next time, next week with Project Spotlight number 5. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sonali.
Amazing. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.